Well, Google has a new model and it's really good at building apps quickly and cheaply. So this is an app that someone's built where he's using the camera to track his hand in 3D space as well.
I see those details of like the pixels that light up, and oh man, that's really cool.
Pinched strength, so it's actually registering his hand gestures as well. So really cool. Another one, or another set of cool examples, is Google tried, where this is again using multimodal, and this is the thing about the Flash models, it's really good at quick multimodal things. Like this is assessing video at the same time, but I think what's happening here is actually giving you strategic advice based on the current where you are.
So it's really good at like one-shotting things, and especially compared to how cheap it is, right?
Yeah, exactly. And we had a brief chat about all these different models and what they mean and what they do and how you can use them. And you know, it's hard to really summarize it, but we'll try our friggin'
best. The naming
but
confuses me. So can you tell me like the names? The
latest version of Google models is 3, right? So it's their model's called Gemini, and the latest version is level 3. So we've just seen Gemini version 3 Pro, which is like the hardcore researchers model. They also have a everyday use model called Flash. So it's Gemini 3 Flash.
I see.
Which is probably more comparable to GPT 5.2, you know, everyday fast models, whatever. They also have Light. So they've got that 3-stage thing: Light, Flash, and Pro. I think they have Deep Think as well, which is their mega one, but we won't get into that. And they haven't released version 3 of Flash Lite yet. I think that's still on version 2.5. So this is basically their everyday model. Now, when it comes to practical use cases, as you say, it's really good at one-shotting something. They probably gave these apps maybe a couple of follow-ups, but realistically, they don't do well, certainly in coding, they don't do well with a lot of follow-ups, like, you know, change this, do that, and then do that. That's, you know, Claude is just, without a doubt, the best coding model that I've come across. I actually don't think Google have released a coding model specifically for coding. They have put Flash in Google AI Studio. They've put Flash in the Gemini CLI. It is available in them, but the real world applications of this stuff speaks for itself, and their models aren't really all that good for code-based coding. Now, I already feel like this is already getting quite confusing, even just talking about it. The point is that this is your everyday model. Gemini is really good as your everyday. The Flash, anyway, is good for your everyday stuff. So I hope that clears things up. But it all comes down to your independent usage of the model. If you want to code with it, you go ahead and code with it. If you want to do some research with it, go ahead and do some research with it, you know, and see how you feel about it. But don't expect these models all to be great at everything. And we'll get into benchmarks maybe next week, but there's a lot to be said about the actual benchmarks, because actually Flash is benching really well. In code, it's benching really well, which is fine for the one shot, but we don't one shot things. We develop. It takes time, you know. So anyway, just a bit of some of the boring stuff. You've seen what it can do. Actually, let me get some more examples on the old screen. I mean, it's just showing the speed at which I think this is Gemini 3 Pro, and then this is, or vice versa, coding something. So the speed and the token usage are a lot more efficient there, which is really good. This is like, I guess, like another one-shot app that it's kind of built. It's, you know, you can click on all these sections of an image, blah, blah, blah.
That's cool.
Anti-gravity as well. They're obviously pushing it in anti-gravity, Vertex, Gemini Enterprise, Gemini CLI, Android Studio, Gemini app, and AI mode and search. So again, this will probably be the model they use when you Google search things. Thing to be said about it though, 91% hallucination rate. It hallucinates like a bitch. So how reliable, you know, again, you always need to do your
91% hallucination, like 90% of the things he says includes hallucination.
Yeah, some level of
That's
hallucination,
reliable.
Just a small correction here. It's if it doesn't know the answer to your query, then rather than say it doesn't know, 91% of the time it will make up a response to that query. The price is 50 cents in, $3 out. It's definitely usable, but at the end of the day, you are the human at the end of this chain, and it will be up to you to make sure it hasn't hallucinated on you. It's interesting that, you know, Gemini 3 Pro kind of shook OpenAI's boots, right? And it's like, crap.
Yeah.
They're trying to, it's rumored 5.3 garlic they're trying to release. And then like Google then casually release another model that's actually, again, benching really well and has some real world practical use cases that are relevant to its, you know, what's intended application. Man, I've written a post. I think OpenAI are done. I reckon they're falling off. I think they're falling off.
It's really difficult to be in their position. I watched a video on how they are becoming Facebook, or they tried to become Google, but they are becoming Facebook. They are owning like crazy amount of data and your connections and like very sensitive data about you, the way Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp do. But they try to own so much of like the whole vertical, but they haven't been able to really do much, even though they have Atlas, they are trying so many things, and we'll talk about more stuff in the other episodes and parts of the show. But it is difficult to be in their place, especially with the amount of money that they are promising.
Yeah, for sure. This is part of a larger conversation on my show, Cmd+AI, which we stream live every single week. We discuss the news and all things related to AI in the world of design and web. Catch us next week and join in the banter.